If you've got a moment, I've got a story worth telling. Out on the frontier, stories don't travel far. The ones that do usually cost someone something.
Chapter 28. The Guardians. The dais throbbed with light as the vessel's words reverberated through the chamber. The pursuit is ended. The judgment stands. Enter, or be unmade. Mac took one step forward, knife gleaming in his fist. His voice echoed, ragged, but unflinching. "You want us? Come and bloody take us." The vessel did not move. Neither did stone. Instead, the walls of the chamber stirred. Pods they had passed earlier, empty, cracked, some still occupied by twisted half-forms, began to split open. The sound was wet, obscene, like the tearing of flesh. Steam hissed as black fluid spilled across the floor. Figures emerged, the Guardians. They towered over men, yet their proportions were mockeries of the human form. Limbs too long, joints bending the wrong way, torsos latticed with conduits that pulsed with stolen blood. Faces were smooth plates of alloy with jagged mouths cut into them as if expression had been carved after the fact. 6 of them pulled themselves free, their movements stuttering and mechanical, yet horrifically purposeful. The nearest one turned its blank face toward Mac and Ace. Its jaw split into 4 pieces, opening too wide. Inside was no throat, no tongue, only a cavity blazing with light. A scream poured out, a frequency that rattled the teeth in their jaws. Ace clutched his ears, collapsing to one knee. "It's inside my head." "Up you get!" Mac hauled him upright, shoving him behind. "I'll take front. You bloody improvise." The first Guardian lunged. Its arms unfolded into blades of bone-white alloy, scything down with unnatural speed. Mac rolled aside, the blade carving a trench into the floor. He came up fast, drove his knife into the creature's side. Sparks spat, fluid hissed, but the Guardian barely staggered. It backhanded him with a strike that sent him crashing into a wall. His ribs screamed. Ace's voice cracked behind him. "Mac! Don't stand there! Bloody do something!" Ace closed his eyes. The vessel's whispers pressed at the edges of his skull, threads of thought not his own. He opened himself just enough, and felt the Guardians. Not minds, not souls, but echoes of command. He twisted. One Guardian convulsed, its limbs jerking against its will. It let out a shriek that wasn't entirely mechanical and stumbled backward, arms thrashing. Ace gasped, blood running from his nose. "I can push them!" "Then push harder," Mac growled, slamming his knife into another Guardian's joint. The blade bit deep, the arm snapped sideways with a crack. The creature shrieked and swung its other blade down. Mac barely ducked, the strike grazing his shoulder and sending blood spraying. The fight turned into chaos. 2 Guardians cornered Mac, their limbs slicing the air in perfect synchrony. He ducked, rolled, kicked one's leg out, then rammed his knife into its head. The alloy plate cracked, exposing a mess of wires and flesh. It spasmed and went down. But the second lunged, seizing Mac by the throat and slamming him against the wall. His vision went black at the edges. He stabbed blindly, his knife biting into the Guardian's arm. It didn't let go. Then it froze. Ace stood with both hands raised, trembling violently, his eyes bloodshot. "Let him go!" The Guardian convulsed, joints seizing. Mac ripped free and drove his blade into its chest. It collapsed in a sparking heap. 4 left. They circled, movements synchronized, mouths shrieking in that awful, light-filled frequency. The sound drilled into Ace's skull, nearly breaking his concentration. He staggered, clutching his head. Mac put himself in front of him again. His chest heaved, blood slicking his armor, but his grin was savage. "Come on then, you bastards, let's see what you've got." The Guardians charged. Mac met them head-on. He ducked a scything strike, jammed his knife into a knee joint, and kicked the Guardian over. Its leg snapped backward, spilling it to the ground. He wrenched his blade free and hurled it into another's face, cracking the alloy plate. Weaponless, he didn't slow. He slammed his fist into the cracked faceplate again and again until it caved, spraying fluid across his knuckles. The other two flanked him. One slashed down, cutting a groove across his backplate. The other went for Ace. Ace screamed, thrusting out a hand. For a split second, the Guardian froze mid-lunge, its body twisted unnaturally, bones and metal bending in on themselves. It shrieked in feedback and collapsed, twitching. But the strain tore through Ace. He collapsed, shaking, his visor sparking with static. "Ace!" Mac bellowed, diving to cover him. The last Guardian struck, its blade gouging the ground inches from Ace's skull. Mac grabbed a shard of broken alloy from the floor and drove it upward with all his strength. The makeshift weapon punched through the Guardian's chest, piercing the pulsing conduit within. The creature convulsed, light leaking from every seam, before it exploded into shrapnel. Silence. Mac staggered back, panting, his body slick with blood not all his own. He leaned against the wall, one hand clutching his ribs. His knife was gone, his armor ruined, but he was alive. Ace lay sprawled, gasping, blood streaking his face. He looked up at Mac with dazed eyes. We killed them?" Mac spat red onto the floor, grinning through broken teeth. "Aye. Every last one." The chamber shifted. The vessel had not intervened. Neither had Stone. They had stood silent, watching. Now the vessel spoke again, its voice filling every crevice of the crown. "Resistance is noted, persistence recorded. Your flesh endures, but your purpose is void." Stone rose from his throne of light. His body shone brighter than before, every vein of fire alive with the shard's resonance. He looked down at them with eyes that were no longer human, no longer Stone's, and he smiled. Mac wiped blood from his face, glaring up at him. "You're next." The vessel's light blazed. Stone lifted a hand, and the floor beneath them cracked with radiance. The true battle was about to begin.
That is the end for this one. Make sure you come back for more, and like and subscribe. See you soon.